Hello, this is Cameron Ross. I'm the volunteer coordinator for Bethel Global Response, and I'm here today with Leslie Taylor. She is a former marriage and family therapist, a former police officer, and has worked a lot over the past years with people in crisis. So I've asked her to come and just talk a little bit about the stress of the situation that our town is in. We've been through a lot, and just share some of her insights and things she's learned over the years. So Leslie, could you just tell us about kind of our community, what it's gone through, and just some of the stresses we're facing during this time?
Sure, you bet. Well, one of the things about disaster is it falls on normal life, wherever people are. So you've got some people that are in a good season with life, but you have people that are struggling with the normal things people struggle with in life. Right. So you've got people that when the disaster hit, they were right in the middle of marriage struggles. Or maybe having issues with their children. A lot of people are financially challenged, and you see people that are already just kind of on the brink of overwhelm and exhaustion in life when disaster hits. So not only do you have people in different phases of life when it hits, but then you also have the after fact that is people having different things happen within that disaster. So we have people that have lost everything. We have people that, a lot of people in our community got removed from their homes, evacuated, right, yeah. And some people are still evacuated. We have people that had plenty of time to get out. We have people that were running literally with flames at the back door. We have people that have suffered with their jobs. A lot of people have had different financial consequences from the fire. Some people have come out pretty well with coverage, and other people are going to be changed financially because of it. So we see a lot of different factors affecting our community, and all of those things affect people's resiliency, right. Both what they came into before the disaster and then also what they've had to deal with since.
Right. And how, could you tell us how, like, all of these things that are happening, how that stress, you've seen that stress actually manifest in our community? Sure.
Well, I like to tell everybody that almost anything people are experiencing in the way of symptoms is normal at this point in time. It's kind of like grief. Everybody experiences things differently. I think it kind of helps, it does me, to kind of divide it out into 4 different areas of how we see stress manifest or trauma manifest. We see it manifest in people's physical bodies. So probably 2 of the most common things I'm hearing people say are headaches and extreme fatigue, just really tired. That can be from a lot of extra work, but it can also just be from overwhelm. So you see things like nausea, muscle cramping, all sorts of physical symptoms, and they're very normal as a part of trauma. Then you have cognitive challenges, which we've joked about, even us trying to do a video, and why we have some notes is because a really big thing going on for many of us at all levels of being affected with this are this brain fog thing that happens, a lack of concentration, challenges with memory, any kind of thinking, anything, distraction, is a huge challenge for a lot of people right now. So that's physical and cognitive, and then also emotionally and behaviorally. So behaviorally, you'll see things like people acting out in anger, you'll see people pacing, startle reflexes higher for people, a lot of people with withdrawal. And part of that is because, you see an animal when they're wounded, sometimes withdraw and kind of hide and get quiet, and people are the same way. Many people are. Some people are going to respond completely different and not want to be alone. So it's all normal. Emotionally, I think we've seen a lot of things in this area with people. You have people feeling hopeless, people feeling anger, fear, all of those sorts of feelings, blaming, critical thoughts, anything that charges up the emotion, a lot of crying, those sort of things, all normal. And I would tell people that not really to worry about it too much until it starts not, like they don't feel like they're getting over it, or it starts being real problematic in their life. For some people, that'll be getting immediate help. But for other people, it may be weeks or months out before they start really feeling like we have amazing protective elements within ourselves. And for different people, those are going to look different. And it's just okay until it's not. And then it's time to get help.
And what do you think people can do just kind of during this time to help deal with that stress? And what are some good just advice you can give for dealing with this community in a stressful situation?
Well, I've been kind of encouraging people to, be easy on themselves and to ease back into normal life. Some people, that normal is a new normal, obviously. But being good to yourself, taking time to play, taking time to rest, all those things that are normal, healthy things to do, getting sleep, eating well, drinking, are real important to do. And then also making sure that you stay connected that you don't get often by yourself without some human connection. It's amazing what friends can do, just talking and processing with friends. And then, like I said, if people need more help, then reaching out for that kind of help, either from their church or professional community.
All right. And do you have any advice as people, as people are getting into that community, as we see our friends or our neighbors that are in stressful situations, any advice for people to help their community, help in that way?
Yeah, I think we're all feeling that way. Gosh, it's just an amazing experience to go through. And every person that's been affected, I think interacting with them can look different. So it's kind of hard to have too much of a formula or fast and hard rules with how to interact with people. But two things I think that are kind of good generalizable things to think about is one, just showing up and the value of showing up. Sometimes it's easy to avoid connecting with someone that's gone through a lot. It's certainly easy to not say anything because we're afraid we're going to say the wrong thing. And I would just encourage people, as long as you're coming from a kind and caring place, that's the message that gets conveyed. And yes, you may put your foot in your mouth, you might say the wrong thing, but it's better to err that way, lovingly, than it is to avoid and not connect. So really important for people to just show up and be there for people. And in the long term, not just right now, but in the long term. And then the other thing would be that I'm hearing a lot from people that have lost everything is don't give advice. I think it's natural for us when we want to help, we want to fix a situation, or we have ideas and thoughts about what might make that easier for somebody to give them advice. And I'm hearing that over and over is like, everybody has advice to give me. And someone said something, I thought it was just profound. They said, unsolicited advice is criticism. And I thought, wow, that's really true. On some subtle level, when we give advice that's never been asked for, we're telling somebody we think we know a better way. Right. So I think there is room, because I've kind of asked people, like sometimes, especially if you're an expert or you really know how to do something and you see somebody struggling and you have an idea of how it might help. In that case, asking permission, like, would you like some help? And letting them ask for it is a great solution for that. So the two things I would say is show up, be a friend, and then also don't give advice that's unsolicited.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Leslie. So thank you guys for watching this video. Feel free to share it. I hope it helps you or someone you know. Pass it around and hang in there.